What's up, Instagram? I'm also live on Facebook, so if you see me redirecting you guys, that's why. I also have notes here because I just want to get straight to the point for you guys. I know that you need value, right? You need a solution. You need a solution, and I'm here to provide it for you. So I know that it's been hard for some of you to feel good in your own skin, to feel beautiful, to feel capable. I know that's hard. I get that because I've been there. And I have a few really easy, simple to implement, proven ways for self-love, some rituals that had changed everything for me. They really changed my entire life, and I know that they're going to help refresh your outlook as well. So I remember after my son was born, I was holding him, and I was walking down the hallway, and we had this big mirror. We had this big mirror in our hallway, and I walked in front of that mirror, and out of the corner of my eye, I had to stop because I didn't recognize myself in that mirror. I didn't know who I was. I didn't know where the woman that felt like she mattered had gone. I didn't know where was the woman that had done amazing things, that had birthed this human, that had gone to school, that had overcome so much in her life. Where was that woman? There was an extra 50 pounds and a baby on my hip, and I felt unseen, and I felt embarrassed of my hanging down parts after birth, and I felt like all of a sudden my identity had shifted. I didn't know who I was anymore, and I didn't know how I was gonna find myself again, or if I ever even would find myself again and find purpose outside of motherhood, which I know is something that so many people struggle with. I had found that my worth was only as a caretaker at that point, and I was exploring business at the time, and I really wanted to financially contribute to my household. At the time, I was also going to school full time to finish up my bachelor's of science degree. And I really just had no idea who I was anymore. So in the next 7 minutes or so, I'm going to give you 4 extremely simple ways to start looking at yourself as valuable again. Valuable in your home, valuable to your kids, valuable to your spouse, and most importantly, valuable to yourself. Because if you're not valuable to yourself, you cannot bring value to anybody else around you, not true value. You can sit back and you can say, yeah, do all these things, but if you yourself are not able to do those things, then how concrete is that? How are we going to ask somebody to do something to help themselves that we are not willing to do for ourselves? Awesome. So last week, I had somebody reach out to me about Happy Juice. And before you exit out, this is not a sales pitch. Please listen, there's going to be tips. And she reached out to me because she said she wanted to know about what it was that I was doing that had an immeasurable benefit to me for the sense of like positive outlook that it helped me with. And I was stunned really to find out that when I started talking to her, there were so many other ways outside of Happy Juice that she wasn't aware of. And I'm here to share those with you today. Okay, those other ways. So here we go. Hope you have a pen and paper. You might want to write this down. If not, you can come back to the live and listen to it later. But number 1, and this is going to sound crazy. I get it. I totally understand. But I want you to high five yourself in the mirror. It's going to sound odd. It's going to feel foreign. It's going to feel weird to do. I get it. I was there. But there is science behind this. Real quick question before I explain this to you. How many of you have ever high-fived somebody in a negative sense? Like for something bad? How many of you have ever high-fived somebody for something bad? You haven't. So what does that mean? That means in your brain, you have a concrete highway of neurons that started forming when you were just a little baby, when your mom would say, yeah, high five, and you'd high five them. And you get a positive dopamine reaction from that, right? You have probably one of the strongest neural pathways with high five and positivity in your body, and you need to use that to your advantage. So when you physically raise your hand to high five yourself in the mirror, you are activating that positive dopamine response in your body. You're activating that congratulatory response in your body. So if you high five yourself in the mirror, your body takes that as, hey, congratulations, self. You're pretty awesome. I don't know what we're high fiving you for, but since we're raising our hand and high fiving ourselves, there's something good about us. So high fiving yourself in the mirror every single day for 30 days, I challenge you to do it. It will shift your mindset on how you feel about yourself. Bonus points if every time you high five yourself, you give yourself an affirmation. I don't personally believe, because I'm a follower of Christ, I don't personally believe in affirming things that aren't true yet, that aren't happening yet, because that to me is very law of attraction-y. If that's what you enjoy, that's fine for you. That's not what I personally believe, so I'm not going to push that. What I mean by affirming yourself is I am capable, because you are. I am capable. High five. I am loved. High five. Do you understand? Do that every day. It'll change your life. Number 2, schedule me minutes. These are little minutes of time, intentional minutes of time that you can take, even if you're busy, even if you're finding it hard to fit in self-care. Everybody has 3 to 5 minutes of time throughout their day. And if you don't, yes, you do. That's just what it is. I can be a tough coach. If you don't think you have 3 to 5 minutes of intentional time, you're wrong. You just have to look for it, because you do. How many times do you catch yourself scrolling on social media? Is that good for your mental health? Probably not. So you want to schedule me minutes. Take out your phone. If you're not on it and you're on your computer, do it right now. If you are on it, grab something to write with and write a note. Schedule me minutes. As soon as this live is over, I want you to go into your alarms every 2 hours. Yes, every 2 hours. Schedule 3 to 5 minutes of time. Okay? It's intentional self-care time. As busy people, as busy parents running a business, as parents that are working full-time, as parents that are chasing little ones around the house, we don't have time to indulge for hours. Can I get an amen in the chat about that? Like, we don't have time. We do have 3 to 5 minutes here and there throughout our day. So, what can you fill these minutes with? You might be thinking, Devin, those are great, but I don't even know where to start. I don't even know what to fill those minutes with. Well, I'm glad you asked. I have examples for that. So you're going to take 3 minutes to write down 10 things you're grateful for. You don't even have to write them down. If you don't have a pen and paper handy, don't add extra stress to it. Just say them out loud. You have hands. You have 10 fingers, hopefully. And if you don't, then use one of your fingers twice. I don't know. You have 10 fingers. You have a pen and paper. If you're near a desk, write down 10 things you're grateful for. What does this do? This starts to shift your mind and shows you that, hey, I got a lot going on here. I'm grateful that I had a soft pillow. I'm grateful that my electricity works. I'm grateful that I have running water. I'm grateful that my kids woke me up with a smile this morning and didn't scream. I'm grateful that I actually have carpet in my bedroom, so when I put my feet on the ground, I don't get a cold shock in the morning. I'm grateful that I have cable television. I'm grateful for my dogs because they just love me no matter what. You can do 10 things that you're grateful for in 3 minutes, okay? Something else that you could do, Wim Hof breathing. If you don't know who Wim Hof is, he's known as the Iceman. He is incredible. This man has been studied by scientists vigorously on how breathing, how your breath work can actually change the physiology of your body. He climbed Mount Everest in shorts. No joke. Didn't die. Didn't end up with hypothermia. He climbed Mount Everest in shorts. How was he able to do this? The breath work that he uses, the structure that he uses, actually helps you regulate your body's stress response. So if you don't know Wim Hof breathing, you can Google it. If you need a guide, he will actually take 3 to 5 minutes and guide you through his breathing so you don't have to count yourself. He'll do it for you. You just have to do it. Wim Hof, Wimhoff. He is from Holland, I believe. And really short, his breathing is just, you have a round of breaths like that, and you hold them out for a certain amount of time. Hold all your breath out. Let that oxygen that you just took in permeate your cells. And you take a deep recovery breath, hold it for 15 seconds, and you do the round again. Okay? Something else that you can fill 3 to 5 minutes with, I think we all know, is prayer. Yes, prayer. You can also change your environment. Maybe you want to get up, maybe you sit at a desk all day. Get up and walk around the cubicle space for 5 minutes. If you're able to go outside, do some breathing outside. Just change, even if you have to get up and just go to the bathroom. Maybe you can't leave, just go to the bathroom. Change your environment for 3 to 5 minutes. It will shift your mind. Okay. Moving along. That was number 2. So number one was high five yourself in the mirror. Number 2 was schedule me minutes throughout the day. Every 2 hours on your phone, set an alarm to do 3 to 5 minutes of intentional self-care. Number 3, you want to document your capableness. Not your capability and what you're capable of, but your capableness, meaning what have you already accomplished? What can you be proud of yourself for right now? This can be scheduled as one of your me minutes later in the evening. What you're going to do is you're going to write down or say out loud 3 to 5 things that you accomplished that day. Big or small, it doesn't matter. Read them back to yourself, say them out loud. What you're doing is actually giving your brain, if you're like me, you're giving your brain the proof that you need to tell yourself, you know what, I got this. Yeah, it's hard, but you know what, I did get something accomplished today. How many of you sit at home at night and you're like, wow, I feel like I didn't do anything today. I was so busy all day, but I didn't get a single thing accomplished. Yeah, me too. Until I started doing this. It's a to-done list instead of a to-do list. Things that you've accomplished throughout the day, write them down. So at the end of the day, when you feel like a pile of poop that was stomped on by an elephant, excuse the graphic, but really, let's be honest. When you feel that way, at the end of the day, you can go, you know what? I did get something done today. Okay. All right, what can I do tomorrow? You're putting yourself in an incredible mindset that shows you are capable. You can do hard things. You are something to be celebrated. Okay? And the last one, you might be thinking like, Devin, I really don't have time to do these things. Or I don't remember to do these things. Well, that's why you set an alarm. But if you can't set an alarm and you're truly in a position where you cannot take 3 to 5 minutes, I get it, right? You have a nagging spouse, you have family demands, you have so many things that need to get done. That's all up here. And that can cause a lot of stress and anxiety. I know because I've been there. Stress and anxiety is a symptom of other things. So find yourself some sort of supplement. It doesn't matter what it is. Well, it matters what it is, but it doesn't have to come from me, is what I'm saying. Find yourself some sort of supplement like Happy Juice, something that's clinically proven to work on your mood and stress. Happy Juice is good for your gut. It's a drink that works for motivation, focus, happy mood, positive outlook, dopamine, bloating, weight gain from stress. Thousands of women and men and kids have found their spark again, and I have groups and groups and groups of testimonials of people that can prove it. It doesn't matter if it's actually from me. I want to put that out there. It doesn't matter to me if you buy Happy Juice. Okay? But I do think that you should supplement with something. Whether it's from me or from somebody else or from your friend or from Walmart or from GNC, it doesn't matter where it's from or who it's from. But do me a favor. When you're looking for that easy button, when you're looking for that solution that can help you feel all those things and make those me minutes easier, make that positive self-talk more natural for you. When you're looking for that, make sure it is all natural and it has documented clinical trials, because there are so many products on the market that claim to do things but have zero proof. And you're not going to do anything but waste your money on something that's giving you the hope that it's going to work, and then it doesn't. So make sure it has documented clinical trials that you can access. Also, you want to make sure that it is not loaded with sugar or artificial sweeteners. There are two types of artificial sweeteners that are good for you. That is stevia and monk fruit. That's it. Any other artificial sweetener, which is what is most commonly used, unfortunately, they actually can make your mental health worse. They cause huge disruptions in your gut. What it does is it breaks down the cell wall in your gut lining, and it allows toxins into your body. It allows toxins into your gut. So you start having cell death in your gut. Your gut is where 90% of your happy hormones are produced. 90% of your dopamine and serotonin are in your gut. So if you're ruining the lining of your gut with these artificial sweeteners, you're quite literally setting yourself up for mental failure. You just are. And big food companies don't like to tell you that, because other artificial sweeteners are easy to come by. And they make it seem like it's healthy because it's not real sugar. But honestly, if you're going to have unhealthy artificial sweeteners or sugar, take the sugar. It's better for you. It spikes your blood sugar, but it's not going to kill the cells in your gut. So make sure that, you know, what you're supplementing with is not loaded with sugar, and it's not using these other artificial sweeteners. You want to use monk fruit or stevia. That's it. Period. And you also want to make sure that you have access to documented testimonials, like I was talking about, from people that don't actually sell it. People that don't sell it. So there are companies out there that will shoot you over a bunch of testimonials. And all these testimonials are by brand partners or affiliates, people that make a buck off of sharing their testimonial. I love that model. It's great because you can make a great income doing that. But if you're looking for something that really wants to help, you need to be able to have access to testimonials from people who don't sell it. That's like the group that I was telling you about earlier with our testimonials group. People that don't sell it, having real results. So like I said, it doesn't matter to me if you buy Happy Juice or you buy a different product, but I do think that you should supplement with something. So these four things, I guess, wrapping it up real quick. Number 1 was high five yourself in the mirror. Number 2 was Find structured time throughout your day for me minutes. Me minutes, in case those of you who had missed it, are 3 to 5 minutes of scheduled, intentional self-care. That is not scrolling on social media. That is the opposite of self-care. Please don't do that with your me minute. You can't tell yourself, oh, I'm going to take a break, and you're going to scroll Instagram. That's not going to work. That actually raises your cortisol, which is your stress hormone, which causes you to gain weight, which causes you to feel crappy about yourself, which causes anxiety, which causes sleep problems. Okay, please don't scroll your phone on your me minutes. Find something away from a screen to do. Number 3 was document your capableness. Write your to-done list. Write down things that you've accomplished throughout your day. 3 to 5 things. It doesn't matter how big or small they are. It could be as much as, hey, I ate breakfast this morning. And if you don't usually eat breakfast because you're hitting the ground running the second you wake up, that's a big deal. Be proud of it. Write it down. At the end of the day, in one of your me minutes, schedule to write down 3 to 5 things that you've accomplished throughout the day. It provides your brain proof that you are able, you are worthy, you are capable, you are loved, you are something to be celebrated. These are all great things. And then number 4 was find supplementation, whether it's happy juice, whether it's, I don't know, any other clinically studied natural solutions, but I'm sure they're out there. Happy juice is just the one that I use because it's easy and it tastes good. You can use whatever one, doesn't matter. But like I said, you want to make sure that when you are, when you're looking for the right supplement, you want to go by those criteria, is that it has documented clinical trials, it is not loaded with artificial sweeteners or sugar, and because they can make your mental health worse. And you want to have documented testimonials from people that are not selling it. So I hope that these tips helped you. All I wanted to do was bring you value today, you guys, and I really hope that they help you feel better in your skin. After I did these things, after I implemented these tips, and I didn't implement them all at one time. I'm not saying you need to do them all at once, because as busy parents, we don't have that time. Take one. Take one of them that resonates with you the most and implement it every day. It takes 3 to 5 minutes. If you can't find 3 to 5 minutes, then you need to log out of social media and you'll have 3 to 5 minutes. I promise you. I would love to know in the comments, in the comment section. I'm live on Facebook and I'm also live on Instagram. Yes, one small step for improvement. Thank you. What's the biggest takeaway? What was your favorite tip? I guess what would be easiest for you to fit into your day, right? Because these are tips for everybody. There's not a single tip here that you can't use at some point throughout your day. So I want to know which one is easiest for you to do with your schedule. And if you have any others that have worked for you, please share them. Don't keep them to yourself. Share them, because there's people that need that stuff. There's people that need to see that other people are doing this too. It's called the law of social proof. And it's very real. I'm reading a book right now called The Law, or the Language of Influence. It's incredible. The social studies that they have done in this book, it's incredible. Social proof is very powerful. So if you have something that is working for you, make sure you share it with people, okay? People need to know that these things work, because if they don't, then they get stuck in their own heads and they never do anything. So my call to action for you is to share this with somebody that needed these tips. And let me know which one resonated with you most. If you want to hear more about the easy button that I offer, that's fine. Shoot me a DM. If not, that's fine too. I hope you find something that meets those criteria, because those are the most important things. So I'm going to hop off here and I'm going to go live on TikTok. If you guys don't follow me on TikTok, you're missing out, because TikTok is wild. When I go live on TikTok, the people in the comments are crazy. Raving fans, raving not fans, this all the same. Going live on TikTok is like going to a Pittsburgh versus Eagles game. Like, no joke. Or going to a Bills game. It really is. People are wild, okay? They're crazy. So I'm going over to TikTok. I'm going to go live on TikTok with the same information. So if you missed it, head over to my TikTok. It's the same handle, DevinEve_Bean on TikTok. And that's where I'm going to go live next. So if you missed it and you need to take notes, or you want to hear it from a different perspective, feel free to hop over there, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks, guys. Take care.